Welcome to Microsoft Flight Sim with Rude. I'm doing kind of a test run. I'm flying Delta today, and I'm in a Fenix airplane that I paid. I paid about $65 for this airplane, and I've had trouble getting it to work for me. So I'm trying today again to see how I can get it to work. Now it looks like we need to go in. Hang on, I need to go in and open up. Let's see, we need to open up the forward cargo. Ground services. And the aft cargo. Let me get these two out and see what we're looking at here. Okay, so those are open. It looks like we're getting the food taken care of. Okay, so we got the catering going, and it looks like we got two doors. This one has more doors you can open, and so we've got the two doors that we can get for catering. On this one, we've got the cargo hatches on this both open. I think the back door opens for us and the front door opens for us. It's more of the stuff works on this plane than the other planes we've got. So now I am in the Quad Airport in Moline, Illinois. We're going to be flying. We've got real weather on today, so you can see it's overcast as all heck. So when we take off, we're going to be taking off through the clouds. And this is a test. We'll see how I do. This is for So this test is for Aiden. Aiden, you know who you are, buddy. Close. Okay, so it's waiting for that action. We need to go in. And we'll close the cargo hatch and the back doors. Okay, so the back doors are closed. Cater trucks should be getting out of here if they can get out without running into these other rigs that are out here. So there go to cater trucks. Now we need to get some fuel. So let's go back in. And we need to request some fuel. So let's see here. Ground services. Before we get the passengers in, I need to get some fuel going. So we're going to request refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
No worries. Is that the catering truck? They're not coming back, are they? They're lost. They are lost. What the hell? Bye. They just disappeared. They're driving off the map. Okay, so yeah, we're waiting for the fuel trucks. Now, I'm out here on my lonesome out here, so we didn't hook up to one of these gates here. So here comes the fuel truck. We'll wait for it to get here. In the meantime, I need to check on what we got going here. We need to start some power. So let's get some power going. All right, so let's get some power going here. We got to get GPU. It looks like we've got the GPU ready. So let's go in here, and we need to start our 2 batteries. All right, we've got available power. Let's get it. And then we need to turn on our GPSs and get them started up. And so their nav. Okay, let's look and see how that's going. Self-test progress in 40 seconds. There we go. Okay, we got power coming on. All right, here we go. We're heating up here.
Fuel truck is in position.
Okay.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
I won't. I won't. Okay, there we go. We got the alignment in 7 minutes. So we got power coming up. The GPSs are not going to be up for 7 minutes, so we got to wait for that.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, so it wants us to set the desired fuel quantity. So let's go in here. And we've got planned 160 of those. We got planned 4,767 of the cargo or suitcases and luggage, that kind of thing. And we've got planned fuel of 1,919.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
I got it. Give me a minute. Okay, so we got 19,808 pounds of fuel. So let's load the aircraft. And we're going to make it real time. Okay, so that should start all the process of the fuel and the passengers and the cargo. So this should start the fuel. All right, so those the fuel is hooked up to the tanks, and it's going to go in the wings. So it looks like that's going. And it wants me to select loading fuel 300 gallons. What was that? I missed it. Okay, airplane systems loading fuel. 465 gallons of 3,000. Okay, so it's working. It's going in. If we look in here, yeah, we should see it's changing. It's changing. 7 people have boarded already. And then let's come on. Okay, we've done the catering. We're doing the fuel now. Catering, fuel, additional services. GPU de-icing. Request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Okay, so we need to get in here and we need to open. Let's see, we need doors. Cargo's open. Let's open that. Forward stairs. Aft stairs. Let's see what we got. Okay, those doors are open. The aft stairs are open. Stairs are coming. We should be getting. We get the cargo is open. But they can't do anything with this until this guy goes. What do we got? Where are they going?
Do you want to board crew?
Yeah, let's board the crew.
Crew bus is coming.
Now I'm going to go with the pilots already being in because we are already in. So we're here and we're just waiting. So we're waiting for a bus to come with the crew. And then these guys are going out to get the baggage from the airport. And as soon as the fuel truck is done, then these guys are going to move in to here. Okay, so yeah, they're moving into the cargo spaces. And they'll wait for the cargo trailers. Here come the cargo trailers. All right, let's get in here and see what we're looking at. Okay, we still have 3 minutes left for this. Let's see, what do we got going here? We can actually turn the pumps on.
Crew boarding starting.
Give air to the crew that's coming on. We need to prime or arm the emergency exit lights. We need to turn on the no smoking. And the seatbelt signs are on. And then we need to turn the strobe, the nav lights on, logo locks. And we're not ready for the engines yet, so we'll leave that. All right. Here comes the luggage. The bus is here for the crew. Did they already load?
Your crew has boarded. Bus is coming.
Okay, so the crew's loaded. I missed that. Got 1 minute left for that, and then we can start loading our information for our flight.
Passengers boarding starting.
Here come the passengers. Here comes the luggage. Now, there's different kinds of luggage depending on the plane and the setup. On this particular plane, we're getting these big containers that have all the luggage and cargo in it, and so we have a different loader here. Now, wait a minute. What happened to the cargo doors? They got closed on me. Okay, there we go. Open them back up. Passengers are still loading front and back. And let's go in and see how they're actually doing. So we got 51 out of 160. We've got 4767. The planned luggage is loaded. The planned fuel is loaded. So we're just waiting for the people. All right. Okay, and it looks like our GPSs are up, so we can start loading our information into the computer.
Passengers bus is coming.
So they come in two waves. We have the first class and the regular people. There's a bigger bus. I'm not sure, but I think the first class get loaded first. And the cargo's almost done. One of them's done. We're waiting for the second one. Sorry, my blood sugars are low and I'm having to eat a candy bar.
Passengers boarding starting.
So I'll have to ask Tina. Today is Monday, the 27th of February, and I don't know, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. I have to ask Tina and see if this is what the weather was like in Quad City today, overcast like this. I'm looking for a place where I can fly out of, and I don't know. I might fly out of Portland, Oregon. I don't know. That basically it's home, or closer to home than where I'm at now. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and that's where I'm flying to, is Atlanta, Jackson. So we'll be going to Atlanta from here. And I like that airport. That's why I'm flying from it. But I don't know. I might have to find a home airport. I need to find a place where I can fly out of on a regular basis with flights. So So it looks like the cargo's done. We're just waiting for the end of the passengers. Let's go back inside and finish what we're doing here. Okay, so let's kind of finish up here. Okay, so let's request this. Okay, for we're leaving KMLI in Maloney. No, is it, what was it? Quad City. We're going Quad City to Atlanta. The flight number is DAL for okay, so they're gone. We're all set. Doors are closed. They closed automatically for me, so they're set. Now let's go back in, and we're going to be doing Delta Airlines, so DAL, and it's 053 flight number, and we'll put that in there. Cost index. Let's see if we can find the cost index. We might be late. I only had about 45 minutes to get this flight going. That's going to take me that long to get passengers loaded. So I might be running a little bit late on the schedule. And I can change the schedule. I just didn't. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Cost index is 41. So let's put that in there. And cruise is going to be 18,000. It's a short flight per se. So, and it's minus 12 degrees centigrade. Now that might seem a little cold, but that's at 18,000 feet. So, it's not what you're feeling in your home, around your front yard today. This is at 18,000 feet, so that's a little different. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. Let's go back. Let's go to flight plan. For departure, we're going to be, let's see here. Our route is going to be leaving KMLI or Quad City, Moline from runway 31, and we're going to direct route to STL. So let's see what we come up with there. It's a direct flight out. So let's go back in. What did I say? 31? no SID, and no, well, let's see what we got here. No transfer, and no SID because it's a direct flight out. So we're going to do this, insert that, and then for the arrival is going to be 26R, and we're looking for Chipper 1 and Matthew. So let's put that in. $26 left, was it? And we're looking for Chipper 1 and Matthew. Put that in there. Insert that. Okay, that's our flight plan. Let's see if it matches what we're looking at. So we're looking at, like I said, a direct out to STL, J45, BNA, and then a direct to Newbie, direct to I have, and direct to Matthew, and that puts us in Atlanta. So let's go back, kind of look at that. Get a planned discontinuity that we had to fix. There's the STL J45 that we were looking for. So let's clear that discrepancy. Clear. There we go. Insert that. So we're starting off at our runway 31. We're going directly out to J45 STL like it said in the flight plan. And then we had a direct to Newbie. And then I have, and then a direct to Matthew. And into the airport. So that looks about right. I didn't see any more discontinuities, but we're not done yet. Okay, here's one. It's a manual. So they want us to choose a manual route because they don't. The computer doesn't know how to hook it up. So we're gonna come in here and clear the manual, and then we're gonna clear the flight discontinuity and insert that and see if it matches up. So we go to from heavy to Mark to DJ and then into the airport. So that should be fine. Let's take a quick look. The blue ones, that's our contingency plan. If for some reason we can't land in Atlanta and we have to choose another airport, that's our route, that blue route. Okay, so it looks like no more discontinuities. Things are looking good. All right, should be fine. Let's start it over. Come up here. We're going to change this to flight plan. Come back down. We're starting here, and we're going to be heading out that way. So let's thumb this in, see how it looks. I'm looking for a line that doesn't break or shoot off to some unknown regions. Okay, it's looking good. All the way in to Atlanta. Great. Perfect. Flip that back to ARC. Put this up to 40. Flight directors are already on. Okay, so we should have all of our passengers in. Let's double check. Okay, so nope, we got 160, we've got 143, so it's still loading. So I might have a delay today. So I have to wait till it's loaded before I get my weights to put in. So in the meantime, we can maybe get these engines started. So let's see. Let's go down here and do our preferences. We're going to do whoops. Dang it. Clear that. One flap. We want to do one flap. And then we have to wait for that because we need to get our weights. So I can't do this. And we have to do our weights here too. So I can't do this. Let's go around. And lights are on there. That looks okay. Lights are on here. Kick some lights on here. All right, and up here, turn these floodlights on. Okay, pop up above. We need to start our APU. We'll turn that on. Wait for that to click on here. Get some activity going. There we go. Wait for this flap to go down. All right, well, we're waiting for that. Double check up here if we got anything we need to be concerned about. All right. Let's go back down and see how we're doing. Boarding is complete. Okay, so now we've got our weights and stuff. So 13.1 and 29.4. There we go. And then block fuel we're looking for. So what's the block fuel? I can get it from here or I can get it from the computer. I already had this up, so. Block fuel 198. 198. Okay, so we're runway, what was it? Runway 31. Runway 31, it's dry. And sync that. Okay, sync live weather and calculate. Okay, 133, 146, 146. What have we got over here? No FT. Got flaps 1. I've already got that in there. Flex temperature 58. All right, I think that's got it. All right, I think I got everything, so let's get this thing started here. Okay, got the pumps on. We need to turn the bleed on. Double check that engine is running in the back, and it is. Okay. We're going to go back in. We're going to go to our pad. Come in here. And ground services. And we're going to disconnect the GPU. Take the chocks down. Okay, we're still running. And we need to start the engines, but we need to call for a do I really need to get a, well, I do if I don't want to run over those rigs there. Okay, so let's call for a pushback. Let's go back in and make sure I've got my throttle set to idle. Turn this on here.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Okay, I'm ready.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, nose right, tail left.
Locking gear.
Anytime, guys. They're lifting the airplane now. You can see it moving.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, now we can start our engines. So let's go in and start the first engine. Wait for that to get up 24. I hope I had him turn the right way. All right, now let's pop in the second engine. Okay, let's go see how they're doing. Oh, it's going the wrong way. He's turning me the wrong way. And I always choose it because I'm usually doing it from this end. That's why. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop him right there. Or not. I'll let him take me out because I can turn around. I just was worried about these rigs out here hitting those. So we'll be fine. I'll let him go. See how the engines are doing. Okay, I heard a click. So that engine's available. Okay, that engine's available. So both engines are going.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
All right, we have a good engine start.
Hot pitch of ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Lower the plane. Plane's being loaded, or lowered. There it went. Oh, man, it dropped like a rock, didn't it? This guy's got to come take the pin out.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Now I have to wait till it's clear for me to move. In the meantime, let's go in and make sure we got our lights all on. I should have already done that. Put this to tax to take off. Okay, we turn that off. Turn that off. Go out and see if we got our all clear. Yep. He just gave me the all clear. As soon as they disappear, I don't know if you've seen this before, but they go out with that pin, they hold the pin up so I can see it. And then they put the pin down, and then when it's ready, they lift their hand back up and wave. It's funny. Kind of, sort of. All right, we're ready to take off. That's been turned off. We've got power in the engines now. We don't need the auxiliary. All right, let's set our initial. Set our initial altitude. We're going up to 18. And then I'm going to hit the automatic. What will happen there if I hit the automatic? If there's a restriction, it should stop me at that, and then it'll continue back up to 18. I think that's what's supposed to happen. Let's set the barometer. Changed a little bit. Glad I thought about that. And altitude is set. All right. We got the flight directors are on. Let's turn that on. This is on arc 40. That's where I usually put mine. And we're ready to taxi. Okay, so we're going to what? 31 was it? 31? Yeah, 31. Where is 31? Whoops, not that. Okay, we're way up here. Let's see. That's 13. That's 31. 31. Okay, so we just need to move to the end. All right, well, let's get our tails turned around here and come out this way and head down. All right, we got this. We got this. All right. I took the parking brake off. Give it a little bit of juice here to get it rolling. Go back to idle. Come, we're not moving. Right, I can turn that off. Put that to 1. Lock the door. Parking brake is off. Why am I not moving? Why am I not moving? There it goes. Weird. Okay, make sure we're back in idle. I don't want to go too fast. All right, set the brake, go down to the engines. Let's see what we need to do here. That got, did this get turned on? That on, that on. We need to set this to auto and this, that there, that's off. See, in the other one, when I turn this thing on, the stewardesses come on and do their thing. Not on this one. I've already got the flap in, so I think I'm ready. I think. Let's get our throttles up to flex. All right, it doesn't like that. I went just a hair farther. And it doesn't like it when I do that. It's the throttles. I've said this before. They're not calibrated good enough, and they get wiggled when I try to lock them in, and it thinks I'm trying to go toga. All right. Put the landing gear up. Flaps up. Put it in autopilot. And we should be climbing. Landing gear just went up. Onto our course. What's that weird noise? Okay, let's climb. Get on our course here, and we're heading out into the clouds. move in here and set this back to climb. And did the flaps where they're supposed to be. I think we're okay. We should climb up to 18. We hit 10,000 feet, so now we can change our, change this back to standard. What is that? Nav altitude discrepancy. Barrel reference discrepancy. Uh-oh. Now, wait a minute. That shouldn't be. Oh, it's corrected it there. Let's clear this because it's got me confused here. Okay, we were fine. It gives us the discrepancy because we hit 10,000 feet and I hadn't changed it over to standard. And if you remember real quickly, I went to hit it to standard and I made it move to a different number. So it says, hey, that's not the number we're supposed to have. And then it corrects itself. So it gives you the warning. You get a ticket whether you deserved it or not. Okay, so we're 12,000 feet. We're going to climb to 18. And then that's our cruise height, cruise altitude. So we can come up here. We don't need the taxi lights anymore. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to move. This one. Is it not going to let me grab that? Come on. Well, I can take those down, but I don't really need to. Let me take this one down. Why won't it let me take that down? Oh, well, I guess I'll leave it on then. Won't let me take it down. I can take it down my way by doing that. And then turn these things back on. I shouldn't have to do that, but there you go. It's done now. I'm gonna go ahead and take these seatbelts off so that the passengers can enjoy a little bit, because it's a soft climb I'm doing that shouldn't frighten them too bad. I'm not getting any turbulence yet, so there you go. We're gonna sit back and relax and enjoy the flight here for a minute. This should be the point where the elevator music comes in. It shouldn't be this cloudy the whole way. I flew this route in reverse earlier today, and it was cloudy when I got to Illinois, but in Atlanta it was halfway clear. There was some clouds, but not too bad. You can see Atlanta. some breaks in the clouds. You look up ahead, it looks like it breaks. Blanket. You get the end of the blanket. Side check, see how things are going. Everything seems to be looking good. Yeah, it looks like the clouds are breaking up. Man, these things are noisy. Look, it's a Kodak moment. kind of hard to see anything from up here, isn't it? So I've been flying more and more lately, but I still have yet to do a night flight because I've got night blindness. I can't see at night. And I'm afraid to try one. I'm going to have to one day, though. Yeah, I think I can. Let's see here. I think I did it in the Boeing, though. I don't think I did it here. Yeah, that's not it. But I think I can go back into the passenger area. And let me see if I can get through the door. Could fall out of the plane. Don't fall out of the plane. Yeah, I did this in the Boeing. But I can come in here. And I'm looking for the emergency exit one. Okay, we're over the wing. Is it this one? Well, where in the heck? There's got to be emergency exits, right? Did I miss it? I probably walked right by it. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, huh. This has more seats in it than the Boeing did. All right, let me see if I can find an emergency exit somewhere. Maybe they're not obvious. Should be a big red handle that says don't open this. I thought they were right over the wing. There. Okay, there's one. Is there one on the other side? There is. I went right by it. Okay, so what I can do is line up a camera on these windows like this, and then I can set that and then let's go across the aisle. I'll do it again. All right. Now, let me get out of here. Go up to the cockpit. And let's see if I can. Alt 1 takes me there. Alt 2 takes me there. Sweet. Sweet. All right. Okay, now I just have to set my buttons for that to work. Looks like we're getting ready to make a turn here. We've got 7.4 miles, and we're going to make a left turn to Still. Where are we? Oh. We're flying right over St. Louis. As soon as we turn, we'll be over St. Louis. Let's get out and take a look. Five miles will be taken. There's Lambert, St. Louis International. So we can do some sightseeing. The clouds have went away. Yeah, that's what it was earlier today. I told you I flew from Atlanta to Quad City, and man, that cloud bank, I had to go clear down to 2,000 feet before I could see the runway, and I had to do a manual landing because when I set my flight plan up, I didn't set one with ILS. I set just a regular runway. It didn't have any way for me to use the computer to come in on it. So I had to take over and drop the autopilot, fly myself in, line it all up manually in the fog. It was crummy. So we're St. Louis has got to be here someplace if there are airports here, right? Or am I wrong? Is it just named St. Louis? Man, they got a long damn runway down there. So this is the plane I had trouble with. I spent $65 or $70 on it, and because there's a lot more bells and whistles on it than the other one I fly. More of the doors open. Like the other one that I fly, it's the same plane, Airbus Neo, but the cargo door back here does not open on it. This door does open, and that one opens, but the one on the side here does not open. Yeah, what else? There's another thing that doesn't open. Maybe the front cargo, I can't remember. I don't think any of the cargo doors open on that other one. Did I shut the APU down? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Sweet. Oh, what was that? St. Louis downtown. Well, that doesn't look like downtown St. Louis. It looks like an airport. I should go down a little bit lower so I can see where everything's at. So is this really St. Louis? It looks pretty good size. Scott Air Force Base, Mid-America. What's that mean? Also, we're coming up on Carbonell and Paducah. Okay, we're headed for Fles. When we get to Fles, we'll have just passed Carbonell. And then from there, from Fles, we go to Tings, and that's off to the right is Paducah. And then next, we go to Clarksville. Take the last train to Clarksville. I'll meet you at the station. Noisy. Just hit a little bit of turbulence there. Sparta Community Hunter. Herschel Hunter. Was that Hunter? Why all the hunters? There's Braymere. What else we got around here that we can see? Having trouble with the mouse. Just trying to see what that was over there, but I can't get the mouse to work right. Keeps disappearing. And now we're all sick. Me moving the mouse around. Sure nicer when there's no clouds. You can see stuff. Pickneyville. That's a weird name. I gotta quit looking around, make myself sick. Spinning around up in space. What was that over there? Southern Illinois. Isn't that a railroad? By the way, I'm in trouble. Today's my mom's birthday and I didn't call her yet, and it's 8 o'clock. And here I am in a game. Woo! Break from all that noise. I've tried to adjust the sound in these engines, and I just can't get it. The only way I can do it is wait till it's done recording, and then go in and actually cut the sound down in the editing department, which is a pain in the butt because the engines aren't going all the time, so I can't reduce the sound level just willy-nilly. I have to pick out the part where it's just the engine. So if I do this, that's where I start reducing the sound, and then if I did this, I'd have to end it there, because otherwise, if I turn the sound down in here, I won't be able to hear any of the clicks and grunts and groans of the airplane. So it's a pain in the butt to have to adjust that way. But I've tried every other way, and I just can't get it done. Is there a jump seat back here? There might be. Let's see. Hey, there is. I wonder if it works. Oh, sweet. Kind of blocks the door, don't it? What good does it do? Hey, there's an axe down there. God, I hope one of the crew's not an axe murderer. What's the glove for back there? Okay, so that comes down. But how do you make it into a seat? Isn't that supposed to be a seat? Huh. Unless it's supposed to make a seat over here. No, it just moves. That's crazy. So I can move it, but I can't open it. Okay. And, oh shoot. I thought I locked that door. Didn't I lock that door? It don't click like the other one. The other one, when you do that, there's a loud click. You can hear the door locking. Interesting. Oh, let's set that while we're back here. See, this has been lived in. Look, where your hands would rub and dirt and stuff. There was one plane that they were saying that they were doing modeling on, and it actually had fingerprints on things that you could see. Like it touched screens, and there were fingerprints on it, and all kind of cool stuff. We've been in the air for 48 minutes. Hey, we're at Ting's. Wasn't there something at Ting's? Yeah, Paducah. We just passed Paducah. Oh well, you can't see much from up here anyway. Next we got Nashville. So we're moving into Tennessee. There's off to the left is Bowling Green, but we're a ways away from it. Oak Ridge, Knoxville, Chattanooga. So Atlanta is in the north of Georgia, right in between Alabama, right between Bama and South Carolina. Mississippi's on the other side of Alabama. There's Arkansas to the west. Interesting. There's a Fayetteville in North Carolina, a Fayetteville in Arkansas, and it seems like I saw another Fayetteville someplace. There are Fayettevilles all over the place. Looking down at Louisiana, I see Baton Rouge. Marion Crittenden Company, Johnson R. Well, aren't they special? All right, we got 4 miles, 3 miles to Tings. La Jug, L-A-G-U-G, or J-U-G. La Jug is the next stop, or the next wing that we're on. It's 59 miles away. Princeton, Caldwell County. Take a break from the noise. Make sure everything's hunky-dory. Everything seems to be. I mentioned that this was a test run because I need to work out why I can't get this airplane to work for me. I'm thinking that in the past it was because I didn't know how to fly it. I didn't know how to set things up. I didn't know what the buttons or switches did or anything like that, or when to use them. For example, there's stuff that nobody tells you. You just have to learn about these planes. And like one of them is over here, your altitude. There, if you look, it shows you to turn it clockwise if you want the altitude to go up, counterclockwise if you want it to go down. That makes sense. But how do you set it? So the way you set it is if you go up, you see the up arrow. And if you go down, there's a down arrow. The up arrow, when you hit it, it pushes the button and it makes it go into automatic. Now what that means is I can set this 18,000 altitude for me to fly at and set it to automatic, and the computer will take over, the plane will take over, and it'll handle the altitude. But we also have the computer that's telling the plane what to do. So the computer right here says it wants it to be at 18,000, and it wants it to be 18,000 all the way down here until it changes, which, and I don't know when it changes, but down here eventually it'll say, we want you to go down now. So if you set it on auto like that, then it will stick to what you have it set at. But let's say there's a restriction ahead. Let's say at B and A, it says you have to be at 24,000 feet. That's the restriction. If you have that in auto, it will disregard this, and it'll go up to 24,000 feet because that's what the computer is telling it to do. Let's give it another instruction. Let's say the altitude is 18 like it is, and you have it at automatic. It's gonna keep it at 18 until the computer tells it to do different. But let's say I want to go down because the weather's bad, so I want to drop down to say 10,000 feet. Okay, I'm not going to go in and change the whole computer for any restrictions that might be down there. So what you can do is you set it for 10,000 feet, and then you hit the bottom one here. Now the bottom one will do whatever you tell it to do and disregard any restrictions. So if up ahead there's a restriction for 24,000 feet, and I set this for 10, and I hit the down, it's going to disregard what the computer wants to do, and it's going to do what I'm telling it to do. I didn't know that. And so for the longest time, I was having trouble trying to get the plane to go up and down. And, when I wanted it to. And I knew you could click the button. And so I kept clicking the button, and it wasn't doing it, what I wanted it to do. Well, I didn't know there were two versions of the auto. There's the up and the down. There's a difference. So now the other thing you can do is if you use this one, if you use these, you can set it. I can set it to go down. Let's say I want it to go down fast. So I need to go down to 10,000 because I missed, something. So I set it for 10,000, hit this button here, and the computer will try to take it down nice and easy and slow. But what if you don't have enough flying room to get down to 10 like you need to? Well, that's when you use this button over here, and you set this to how fast you want it to come down. Like, let's say I want it to come down fairly fast. I'd set this at like 3,000 feet a minute or something, and then hit that down button, and it'll do that. It'll just start diving. So I didn't know any of that. There's nobody to tell you. There's videos you can watch. There's things you can read, that kind of thing. It doesn't tell you when to hit the approach button. It doesn't tell you when to hit the ILS. Do you hit the ILS before you hit the approach? when do you hit the loc? The localizer is different than the ILS, so it's depending on whether you're doing GPS or localizers. And I don't understand localizers. I'm still learning that. So when I set a flight plan, I try to go GPS because I know how to do that. But I need to learn how to do that because not every place has GPS and not every place has ILS either. So I need to learn how to use these switches here. Anyway, there you go. Just stuff you have to learn. But I think that's why I was having trouble with this plane. I couldn't get it to fly. And it's because I didn't know how to use it. And I'm learning now, so I thought I'd come in and practice tonight and see if what I've learned so far is going to help me do a successful flight and a successful takeoff and a successful landing. So far, so good. I did a pretty good takeoff. We'll see how the landing goes. But that's why I decided to go from Illinois to Georgia, because I earlier, like I told you, I went from Georgia to Illinois and I ran into that bad weather, that real heavy fog, and I had a hard time landing. Plus, I had a manual landing to do. So this time, I'm going the other way and see if I can get a regular automated landing. Not that, I've never let the plane land itself. You can do that, and some people do all the time. I've never done it. I've always come in to where I felt comfortable that I'm lined up with the runway, and then I take the cruise control off. Well, it's not cruise control, the autopilot. I turn it off and bring it in manually. And that's what most everybody else does too, but anyway. All right, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting close enough. I want to come down because I'm still sightseeing, so I'm going to come down. I'm going to drop it down to 10 right now, and we're probably 2/3 of the way. But I don't like to wait till the last minute, and I like to see what's going on down closer to the ground. So I'm going to hit that, and that's going to take me down without worrying about what the computer wants it to do. So as you can see, oh, what? Why did it do that? Uh-oh. That's not right. I got it messed up. I put it in a spot I already had something. I'll fix it later. But if you notice, we're going down pretty slowly. When the computer comes down, it tries to come down at a decent slow rate so the passengers don't freak out. Now, standard is blinking. I wonder, since I'm going down, if it wants me to change from standard. Let's see what the barometer's doing. Okay, the barometer has changed, so this barometer is set to whatever you set it at. You can set it at different heights. Now, I had it set to 18,000. So as soon as I hit 18,000, I had to turn it to standard. A lot of times I'll set it to 10,000. And as soon as you hit 10,000, then you've got to set it to standard. And the reason for that is the barometer. This is the barometer. And the barometer is what tells you how high you are off the ground. And so if you're up past a certain height, like if you're in cruising height, altitude, so is every other plane in the sky. And they want all their barometers set at the same rate so they don't run into each other. That means like I think that I'm flying at 35,000 feet. He thinks that he's flying at 35,000 feet. But if we have our barometers set at different rates, we're not. Both of us are not at 35,000 feet. One of us is, but the other one isn't. And so once you get up into cruise height, altitude, you change that to standard so everybody's on the same altitude. Because it doesn't make any difference what your altitude is way up here. That makes a difference when you're trying to take off or land. Then you better have the correct barometer for where you're actually at. So once we get closer to our destination, I'll be making sure that barometer is correct for that area. All right, we're heading to Newbie, 20 miles, which is why I'm starting to come down. We're in Tennessee, of course. Murfreesboro, what's that? Sounds like a hillbilly thing. The reason I say that is because there's a bunch of hillbillies in Red Dead Redemption named the Murfrees. Okay, so we're down to the 10,000 I put. There's McDonald's. Can we stop and get a burger? Hey, we're following a freeway. There's what I was looking. Murfreesboro. It sounds like those hillbilly people, the Murfrees. There's Gibson over there. Gibson guitars. Hey, there's a clover leaf underneath us. Aerodrome. Okay, aerodrome. Now, we found out about that today. When I was flying in New Zealand, a lot of the little airports are called aerodromes. So I looked it up. And an aerodrome means, it's Old English for an airport, basically. You don't normally see aerodrome in the United States, so I'm surprised to see that. But an aerodrome is a landing strip or an airport, but it doesn't necessarily have any restrictions, certifications, or regulations. So every airport is an aerodrome, but not every aerodrome is an airport, if that makes sense, because airports are regulated and have restrictions and rules and regs, where aerodrome can just be a dirt strip if it is. But it did say that you don't see them in America. So it's kind of, there's another one off to the left. I'm surprised to see them. Cedar Glade. And what's that over there? Long Meadows Airstrip. Yeah, normally you see airports, municipal airports, airstrips, air parks in America, but you don't see aerodromes. Now, it could be that this area was first founded by, I don't mean to say foreigners, but what do they call people that come into your country? Well, foreigners, but we don't generally call them foreigners. They're newly made Americans. I don't know. There's a term for it, but maybe that was founded by newcomers to the country, and they brought their European ways with them. Like, I'm a peon, you're a peon, everybody's a peon. I don't remember who used to say that. One of my relatives, European PP. What the hell does that mean? We're coming to the next leg, which is called I Have. Like, I have a big butt, and I cannot lie. And then from there, that's funny, I don't see I have on my list. That's weird. After that, we got that mount view that we saw in our flight plan, so we're getting close. Or closer. There's some waterworks down below. There's the Aviation Valley. You gotta wonder how they come up with some of these names. The Aviation Valley. Wouldn't it be the Aviation Airport or Aviation Airstrip or Aviation, runway or something? But the Aviation Valley? Is the whole valley filled up with planes or something? It don't make no sense to me. No sense at all. So we got five nautical miles to Matthew. We're going to get biblical out here. And then after Matthew, we're coming up on a place called McGriff, but I don't know if that's next. Tullahome Regional Northern. A lot of the waypoints in the computer don't necessarily show up on the map. So after Matthew, I've got McGriff, but I don't see... Oh, okay, there was Newbie. Did I pass that? I probably did. There's an Air Force base. There's probably planes at an Air Force base. Wouldn't it be funny to find a naval base out here where there's no water? Right, the barometer changed again. Boeing back out. I forgot how to fly it. I was flying the Boeings. I used the Boeing airplanes because it's bigger than this one, the 747. I was using it as a cargo plane, and I was flying cargo across the ocean between New York and Great Britain. And I was learning how to fly it. Now I forgot how to fly it. Spencer Field. Man, that's a weird noise. All right, quit jumping around, Mouse. Myers Smith. That's a strange shaped lake, or whatever they would call that. What else could you call it but a lake? It's not the ocean and it's not a river. Winchester Municipal. So is that Guns with Wings? 1.5 miles to McGriff. And then after that is Bababe. I'm serious. It's BB, two B's, and ABE, Bababe. Some guy that stutters to his girlfriend. Hi, Bababe, Bababe, Bababe. .35 nautical miles to Bababe. You could do a Beach Boys song with that. Bababe. All right, I'm being silly now. That's enough of that. Okay, we're getting a little closer. I'm going to bring her down. Let's bring her down a little bit farther. I'll bring it down. Whoa, not that far. Gee whiz. Okay, put that back up. Let's go down to... I go down to 6. We'll go down to 6. 6,000. Now I got that stuck in my mind now. Babe. It's kind of rings, don't it? Let's take a look at the computer and see what we're supposed to be. Speed limit exceeded. What do I... Here, get rid of that. I don't want that on there. Clear. Okay, so, babe, see, we're still at 18 all the way to Chipper. At Chipper, we're supposed to be 13. But we're already below that. So, Chipper... let me double check what we're supposed to be at destination. Okay, we go Chipper 13. We drop down to 11,000 at March. Hydro 10. Lim 10. Rain 8,000. Cloud. Who made up these? Cloud 7,000. And then Swept 7,000. Kimmy 5,000, Heavy 5,000, and then at the deceleration point, we drop down to 4. I'm going to be there before we get there, so marked 4. The Jaw 2,600. Okay, so just before we land, we need to be down to 2,600 and then 1,000 when we come into the airport. So there you go. So I'm going to be down to. I'm going to be down to 5 before we get... oh, that's our what do you call it? Alternative route. All right. Let's get out of here. Indian Hill Farm. What's that over there? Stevenson. Okay, this is... I can't get this mouse to settle down. All right, we just hit our 6,000 altitude. What's that tower over to the right there? Huh. We've got a huge statue or something. Look, it's a two-lane river. To the left. It's got 2 lanes for boat races. 12 miles to the Babe. Are you getting nervous yet? I'm the one that has to land this big monster. There's some green country, isn't there? So I took a trip this morning from Queenstown, New Zealand to Wellington, I think it's called. Quite a mountainous trip. They have redone a lot of the scenery for New Zealand, and it came out in a patch day before yesterday, I think it was. So everybody's making New Zealand trips to check it out, so I decided I better do one. You'll probably see that one before you see this one. But the reason it made me think of it is all this green up here. A lot of green down there, too. Okay, so we are getting closer. Let me double check some things here. And we need to... Oh, that's not right either. I've messed up my... Dang it. I messed up my switches here when I put those windows in. Let me see. What's that? That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. That one. That's 7, 8. What's 8? 8, 9. Well, none of these is what I want. What's 1? Okay, it was close enough. Let me back out of this. All right, I need to set the brakes. The auto brakes to medium. Can you do max in this one? You can't. No, you can do medium. Can you do low? You can do low. Okay. And medium, but you can't do max. All right, well, we'll do medium. This is already auto skid is down. On the auto brakes, you want to most of the time you got it set on medium. Very rarely do you put it on maximum, even if you could. In this plane, you can't, and in the other planes I fly, you can't either. That would be if you had a real heavy load and a short landing strip. Medium is usually what you do. If it's raining, you'd probably do low braking on rain. So, hey, we've only been 26 minutes. That's a pretty short trip. Huh. Okay, so we got that. Anything else we got down here? Did I already lock that? Yeah. Okay. Hey, there's Wyatt. This is the next one. Wyatt. All right, we're coming to what's next? Lemke in 21 miles, and after that is Chipper. And Chipper's where we're supposed to start coming down. Well, we're already supposed to be down to 16, but we're down to 6. I just wanted to see more butts. I swear every once in a while I can hear radio chatter, and I don't know where it's coming from. We're getting little wisps of clouds. I hope that's what they stay as wisps, because I can see through that. Try on. So when I fly these trips, it's usually uneventful. I can usually do a decent takeoff, and when you're cruising, you're just cruising. There's nothing to do but sit here and enjoy the scenery. It's the landings that make the difference. And if I have a bad landing, I just want to shut the dang thing down and walk away. And if that happens after a 2-hour recording, I've just wasted 2 hours on a bad landing. The hell's that over there? A mud hut? What is that? It looks like a giant teepee or something. I can't tell what it is. It looks like something out of Mad Max. There are a lot of trees down there. You'd think you'd see a lot of farmland. There is some farmland down there, but mostly trees. Richard Russell, Regional J. Those are my kind of clouds, the ones you can see through. Oh, that's an airport down there. Oh, of course it is. Regional. So at Queensland, it's a little bitty airport. It's only got 2 runways. And the one's not that long. And I saw somebody land one of these planes on it this morning. And I was in a little plane. I was in my caravan. The caravan can almost land on a postage stamp. That's why I like to fly it. It's fun to fly. Oh, chipper, chipper, chipper. It's still 14 miles away. Computer's starting to stutter a little bit. I had that problem the other day when I came in for a landing, and I had a really tough time after I landed, because I have to then steer the plane down the runway while I'm trying to stop, and because it was jerking like this, I couldn't determine how much rudder to give it to keep it straight. And I would give it too much, and then when the computer jerked forward a little bit, I would be off to the left, and so I would turn to the right, and it would stop again, jerk, and I would overcompensate and then jerk to the left, and man, it was awful. I can't wait to get a new computer. There's nothing wrong with this one, but it would certainly be able to play this game better. Most of the stuff I do, it works just fine. Okay, so we're 1 mile to Chipper. I'm supposed to be down to 13,000 here. So we got March coming up, and then we got Hydro. Now at Hydro, that's where I'm supposed to decelerate and come down a little bit. March is next at 8 miles, and then Hydro's after that at about 4 miles. Let's see where we're at. Let's. I'm going to drop it down 1,000 to 5. That way, I don't have to come down too hard when I really need to. We're getting close to the airport. I can see it on my. You can see it right here on my controls here. Okay, there's the airport right there where I'm pointing to, and we're coming right up into this curve right here. So we get a left-hand turn, and then we're going to do a 180 into the airport. Sweet, huh? Sweet home Alabama. We're almost to Alabama. Alabama's only to the right. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Alexander, Alabama, Bama. That's like Huntsville. There's Huntsville everywhere. Huntsville, Arkansas, Huntsville, Alabama, Huntsville, Tennessee. There's a Chattanooga choo-choo. We went by that and I didn't even know it. Chattanooga. One mile to march. Four miles to Hydro. Okay, I'm going down to 4,000. I don't want to wait. And I was wrong. Hydro is not the decline spot. There was a height restriction at Hydro. And I mistook the sign. We're coming up to Rain in 15 miles. Now we're going to take a left. And after we enter the left, we're going to go straight for a while and then hit a 180 and come back into the airport. If everything goes right, we won't have any trouble. Famous last words, eh? Well, let's hope it's not my last words. Yeah, see this? You can see the stutter. It flies, then there's a stop, and the fly, and then a stop. It was really bad. It was a lot worse than this the other day when I tried to land in it, and it was horrible. Hmm. 7 miles. It's a beautiful day for a neighbor. Lithia Springs. Sounds like a drug. A happy drug. Lithia Springs. When it's springtime. In the city. No, wait a minute. It's supposed to be summer in the city. Hartsfield-Jackson, Atlanta. That's our airport right in front of us there. But we're going to take a little bit of a jog. I like that airport. It's a nice airport, but it's a little bit far away from home. So I really can't call it my home area. So I probably will start flying out of Portland. I don't want to. I don't like Portland. But it might make more sense. I don't know. Depends on what I'm going to do. I was thinking, if I was going to do a reality check, I would fly out of Portland, and I'd have to take myself in a little private plane from my home to Portland so that I can grab my commercial jet and fly. If I was a pilot for Delta or Alaska. I like flying Alaska. I can fly Alaska pretty easy out of Washington, Oregon, because there's a lot of Alaska flights out of there. Okay. Gonna do our last little run here. We're at 4,000. I'm gonna wait till we get into the next turn, and then I'm gonna drop down to 3. Well, I'm supposed to be down before I hit the airport. I'm supposed to be down to 2,600. So when I hit the next turn, I might drop it to 2,600, and then I'll be ready for the airport. Maybe, if everything goes right. I don't anticipate things going wrong, but you never know. I mean, after all, it is me flying. We're coming up on Cloud. Cloud is 2.5 nautical miles. One mile. What's that over there? Is that a city? Look at the skyscrapers. What city is that? Doggone mouse. Come on. I can't get my mouse to work. It's Atlanta. Okay, that makes sense. We're at the Atlanta airport. Okay, the next little leg is called Swept. Like I swept over there before I mopped over there. Come on. Okay, we're going to do 36 here. And then all I have to do is drop it 1,000 when I get around the corner. Okay. Kimmy's next. 7 miles to Kimmy. Man, this seems like it's taking forever. Normally I just come flying down to the airport. Coming down, slowing up. Coming down, slowing up. Coming down, slowing up. We'll get there eventually. There's one thing about the big planes, though. They're heavy. And so they kind of glide, and they kind of feel like they're gliding slow when you're going 200 miles an hour. I mean, we're going 200 and what, 50? And it seems like we're just crawling. Kimmy in 3 miles. All right, there's Kimmy. Now we've got Kevy. I don't know where they come up with these. Yeah, it's Kevy. It's heavy with a K. Kevy. And at Kevy, we'll start our 180. So it's all downhill now. And I think I got all my lights on. Let's see. Let's turn the runway lights on, and we'll turn the taxi lights on. That way they'll be on when we get down on the ground. Oh, I forgot to put the smoking signs up. Lola gets what Lola wants. And now she wants a landing, so we'll give her a landing. Here we go. We're hitting our 180. And with that, I'll bring it down 1,000. Whoops. Go back. And let's turn our ILS on. Oh no, I'm flying into the sun. Oh, no, I can't see. All right, where's our glide slope? I don't see it. We're not there yet. Man, I didn't know I'd be flying into the sun. That's not good. All right, let's hit our approach. I never know when to do that. Some people say you wait till you get the glide slope, and others say you hit it when you're out a certain distance away. Now, I see the glide slope right there, and that's it coming down here. This one here is the one that's supposed to line up to the runway. And it's not, so that's got to come over. We're all right on our speed. But we're not lined up with the runway yet. And I can't see. Stupid sun. I can't see the airport. Okay, we should be turning to the right. There's the airport. Up there, I see the lights now. But we're not lined up. We're going to turn here. That'll kind of line us up. We do see the glide slope, but we're not in it yet. Most important, don't forget to put your landing gear down. I haven't done that yet. I'm slowing down. I don't want to slow down too much until I get lined up. I want to get lined up first. Okay, here comes the lineup. Right there, that should line us up if it catches. Catch it, lock it in. It's locked. Okay, we got that locked. Let's put our landing gear down. Did that work? There it went. Jeez. Right. landing gear's coming down. We're glide sloping that. We're underneath it. So that should be coming. We should be catching it as we get closer. Because the glide scope comes out from the runway at an angle. Like, I can't remember. It's 25 degrees or something. I don't remember what the degree is. But it comes up and eventually you'll hit it. See, it's coming down now. It's coming down to meet us. So it's shooting over our head right now, but the closer we get, then pretty soon we'll run into it and it'll bring us down. Hopefully. That's the theory anyway. Okay, we're locked in. Glide slope is locked. Everything's locked. If I wanted to, I should be able to let it land itself, but I don't like. I've never done that, and I don't think I like to. I could. Never done it before. We'll see. Looks like we're coming in good. I don't like that sunshine in my face. Sunshine on my shoulder is okay, but not in my face.
1,000.
1,000.
Too low. Terrain.
Yeah, see? Doggone it.
Too low.
I'm in the glide
Terrain.
slope. It shouldn't be doing that.
Too low. Terrain.
Shut up.
400. 300. 200.
All right, taking it out of cruise autopilot.
100.
Or not.
10. Retard.
That noise is because I took it out of cruise control. I keep saying that. I took it out of autopilot. That's what that noise is. So, good landing. I guess I've learned to fly this plane. I can use this plane now. That's what the test was, because I kept having trouble flying this plane. I'll tell you what happened. The thing that was really exasperating was things would go wrong in the plane, in the air. And I would start nosediving or doing, crazy stuff. It would just take off and wouldn't stay in autopilot. And then I would try to take over, and it wouldn't let me. I'd hit the throttle, nothing would happen. I'd put the stick to try to steer it, nothing would happen. And I'd get frustrated and just shut the damn game off. All right. Now, I don't remember where my... I had picked out a Delta. There's a Delta one there. But it doesn't look... Is that big enough? Let me see if that's big enough. I don't think it is. It doesn't look big enough. I have one picked out. I have one picked out, so let's get up to that. Let's turn some of this stuff off I don't need now. Turn that off. Yeah, so that was good landing. Good landing. I cut the autopilot off a little bit late. I've never kept it on that long before. And I did land it myself, but just barely. It was darn near down when I hit the autopilot. Let's see. Oh, that's loud. I think it was F7 that I had a landing spot that I had picked out. Okay, let's that. Is this F7? I'm kind of lost. I think it's a second from the last down here. All right, there's somebody there to lead me in. And it's kind of getting dark. I'm having a hard time seeing. Okay, there's my yellow line. I know this is a large one because this is the one I take off from all the time. Now this person has flags. They're supposed to be flagging me in. Oh, that's F9. That's not the one. Oh, that's not the one. It's the one over there. Well, I'll just come into this one. I don't know if this one's as big as that one, but it might be. I can't see what that person wants me to do. What she do? Oh, this way. Come this way. Okay, hang on. Got my landing lights on. Probably gonna blind her. Whoa! No! This is not easy. Okay, now forward. All right. I think that's it. Let me go out and look. What's she doing? I can't see what she's doing. Where's she at? There she is. Okay, does she want me to come forward? You want me to creep forward a little bit? Okay, now they won't do anything if I've got my engines running, so let's cut these engines. And let's turn the pumps off. The fuel pumps. Uh-oh. I got no power. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have done that till I turned the power on. There we go. Okay. So now, I've never done this part before. I usually just shut the machine off and go about my business. Arrived, deboard. I'm deboard. I'm deboard. Do I have any passengers? I do. All right, we need to deboard. So I clicked on that. Did I not? I said to deboard. So chocks and cones are up. There it goes. There we go. I almost had my nighttime landing. I've never done that before. I would actually rather land at night than this time of day where the sun's in your eyes and you can't see anything. Okay, so is it expecting me to deboard from here? Request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
Whoa, everything just disappeared. Delta Airline. I'm flying Delta. That thing gonna make it all the way out here? I don't know. Oh my God, it didn't make it. Oh, what am I gonna do? I'm not close enough. Are the people gonna get? Oh no! How can they get out? All right, I gotta open. I gotta open up the back door here. This is terrible, terrible. All right, so left door. Okay, and then the cargos are already open, so they should be able to get the luggage. But where are the people? How are they going to get out? They can get out the back here.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Oh no, are they going to actually walk all the way in the air? Oh, this is going to be funny. They are. Look at that. It's my fault I didn't get close enough. Oh, that's just hilarious. Normally there's a yellow line, and I just went by what that person that was, leading me in. I went right for her. So I don't know what I could have done. All right, so we're slowly unloading here. 13, 11. Boy, they're coming off a lot faster than they went on. I'll tell you that. They're gonna beat their luggage with a stick. That is too funny. You see where they're going. They're not going in here. They're going around and going in this little part right here like they were on this stairway. I'm surprised none of them are coming out the back. If there's one of these, they come in that. But if there isn't one of these, then they'll bring out two of these stairways. Yeah. Now see, if we look over to the left there, see that marking on the ground? That's what leads you in. There isn't one here. And so I followed the girl that was there. Interesting. So far, the unloading that shows the people getting out is really slow. I've only got like 9 out of 115, where the plane itself says that they're all off. So if I go to the plane itself, they're gone, and the luggage is gone, and I have quite a bit of fuel left, but not a lot. I used quite a bit. Safe trip. Everybody's alive. Everybody's happy. I see happy feet out there. They can walk on air. They're so happy. Look at that. That's hilarious. That's funny. All right. Well, people are deboarding. I don't have to see every single one of them get off. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you had a good flight. I hope to see you next time. Aiden, this was for you, buddy. Test flight from Quad City. Alrighty, take care, everybody. Ta-ta for now.